There's no way in hell Shawn Porter can beat Errol Spence. He's pretty much already admitted that he's not coming to the fight to win against Errol Spence. He's just going to make it difficult. Shawn Porter is going to put up a good fight. Matter of fact, Shawn Porter is going to go out fighting. But there's no scenario that I can foresee that leads to Shawn Porter raising his hands victorious at the end of Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter come September sometime in September. I watched a lot of Shawn Porter fights. And up until he just recently fought against Ugas, he's pretty much always had the same style of fighting. Rough, tumble, coming to the fight, ready to rumble. Head first, feint, using the jab as a distraction. Maul you and brawl you up against the ropes. And his conditioning and his strength and power would overwhelm you. Now, he's no slouch. Shawn Porter is a tough cookie. He's a bad mother, shut your mouth. If you look in his wallet, it says bad motherfucker on it. If you see him versus Ugas, he switched up his style. He was Muhammad Ali. He was shoe shining. He was twinkle toes. He looked good, but he didn't look good enough. He took an L. Let the record reflect that he won that fight. I think it was 117, 111, 115, 113, 115, 113. But that was a gift victory. In a lot of people's eyes, including mine, he didn't do enough to win that fight. He came up short. Shawn Porter versus Keith Thurman, in my opinion, was the best Shawn Porter that I've ever saw. He was rough. His conditioning was off the charts. He went blow for blow with Keith one time Thurman. 12-round straight leather being swung from both fighters. And at the end of that fight, he came up short. One of the other most impressive fights was against Adrian Broner. Now, never mind the fact that Adrian Broner just doesn't know how to pull the trigger. That wasn't the most entertaining fight. But Shawn Porter, he did what he's known to do. But in the 12th round, to my surprise, he got caught. Didn't get hurt. Got back up. Shrugged it off. And he took the W home. I just gave y'all 3 versions of Shawn Porter at his optimal. And in my mind, not one of those options would be good enough to beat Errol Spence. That's just the truth. Hey, I watched a quick little interview. They had a little, one-on-one quick interview. It's all over YouTube. I'm sure you've seen it. Errol Spence standing tall, looking like a black Ivan Drago, standing next to a short Shawn Porter, looking like Rocky Balboa. I know y'all seen that movie. And in real life, it's about what you're going to get if that movie was in real life. Rocky getting knocked down 20 times, and at the end of that fight, he's coming up short. But, that's not entertaining. Matter of fact, anybody get the opportunity, there's a movie on Netflix called The Bleeder. It's about the real person that Rocky Balboa was designed after. The real story of the guy that fought Muhammad Ali one time and tried to make it the distance. That's where they got the original Rocky story from. Watch that movie on Netflix and you will see the difference between movies and reality. In reality, Errol Spence can only beat Errol Spence in this weight division. He can only beat himself. As long as he trains, stays focused, stays healthy, he can come into the fight 90% and he's still going to go home with the W. If he comes into the fight 100%, he's getting a knockout. I like Errol Spence. I know a lot of people hate Errol Spence and they don't know yet. They ain't got it figured out yet. A lot of y'all think he's a dumb guy. He talks real slow, but he's a straight talker. You ask him a straight question, he'll give you a straight answer, and he's smart. He talks slow, but he thinks fast. He's consistent. He has continuity. He has decorum. He carries himself as a leader, a natural born leader. When he talks to you, when he talks to Shawn Porter, let me explain. This fight is going to be easier than the Mikey Garcia fight. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put on a show because you and your father have been talking a little bit too much. Now I'm going to put on a show. And it's going to be in style. And I'm hoping it comes to a stoppage. That's just that man letting you know, I'm going to give you the business. That's what I do. That's what I plan on doing. That's what I said I'm doing. Gun barrel straight. He don't change his character. You don't see him off his square. You don't see him off his cool. I know a lot of people make jokes and say, oh, he's smoking this and he's high. He's drunk. For what I've seen, he's always been the same, Errol Spence. His personality, he got the southern draw, and his eyes don't lie. He look at you, he not faded. He doesn't get phased. He see right through some of these cats because he knows. People want to take it for people want to take it and say all of a sudden, oh, now all of a sudden Errol Spence is getting cocky. He's not humble enough. You better not look over Shawn Porter. You better not look over that fight. He's not going to look over that fight. Errol Spence knows what he wants to do. He has a destiny. He has a destiny. And he knows that Shawn Porter is a small piece of the puzzle that he has to solve to get to the next level. And Shawn Porter knows it too. Shawn Porter, when he responded back, he didn't say, Shawn Porter didn't say, hey man, I'm not like the other fighters you fought. I'm not like Mikey Garcia. I'm coming to the ring to win. That's not what he said. If he was coming to the ring to win, he would have said he was coming to the ring to win. He said, it's not going to be easy. And it's not going to be a whitewash. So you better be training hard, because I'm already ready. If I was to come to you, and we had a beef, we had a problem, we had a situation, and you come up to me and you say, motherfucker, I'm about to whoop your motherfucking ass. And my retort to you is, it ain't gonna be easy. All I'm saying is, yeah, you might whoop my ass, but I'm gonna put up a fight. What I'm saying is, oh yeah, you gonna whoop my ass? Okay, but it ain't gonna be easy. I'm letting you know right now, you predicting you gonna whoop my ass. I'm not saying that you ain't gonna whoop my ass. All I'm saying is, I'm gonna fight you back. You gonna know you was in a fight with me after we fight. But I didn't rise up on another level to when you come to me and say, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I say, you gonna whoop my ass? Motherfucker, I'll kill you. You see the difference? You come to me and you say you gonna whoop my ass and knock me out. I'm not gonna turn around and say, it's not gonna be easy. Shawn Porter has his exit strategy already in play. You know what I'm saying? He has his exit strategy in play. This is his best move he can make. This is the best move he can make. And what greater way to pass on to someone that's going to take it to the highest ability. Because at the end of the day, Shawn Porter can't take. He's done all he could do for the sport. Now he has to go into other avenues to get his revenue. Probably going to be, he might be a commentator. Whoever fights between this Keith Thurman and Pac-Man, whoever comes out of that fight, now, whether it be Pac-Man, let's say for example, it was most likely it's going to be Thurman. Now you can have Shawn Porter sit with the commentators and say, I fought Sean. I fought Keith Thurman, and I fought Errol Spence. So now we can have this whole conversation about who hits harder, who does this well, who does that. See, Errol Spence is on a mission right now. He don't have time to think about what he wants to do past boxing. There is no past boxing right now. All he thinks about is boxing. That's how he's building his legacy. Shawn Porter, you're looking for your way out. You got one foot in boxing and the other foot into your what you want to call it, commentating and going to different fights and announcing the fights. That's where you are. Half leg in, half leg out. And this fight right here is going to totally put you in a position to never have to box again. Because you'll never get an opportunity to box another fighter at this caliber. You fought everyone you could fight. And I totally respect it. I totally respect it. But you fighting Errol Spence, you know what this is. You know what's happening. You know how it's going down. But you want to keep your integrity. You know, you want to keep your integrity intact. You don't want to embarrass your whole career, your whole legacy. Don't worry. Don't worry. You ain't gonna do that. You go out there and you just fight with all that heart you got. You know what I'm saying? You just fight with all that heart you got. Bring what you got. Sharpen all your tools. Go deep into your bag. Get into your Muhammad Ali swag. Get into your Mike Tyson swag. Get into the marvelous get in your Hagler. Get in the Sugar Ray Leonard. Get into all, take your whole career and all the best. You know what I'm saying? Every style you got, everything you got in your ability. Get you eat clean. You don't go partying. You don't go you eat, you train, you sleep, nothing but for one reason, and that's to take your very absolute best into this Errol Spence fight. You come in there and you do that like a man. You're gonna come up short. You're gonna lose, but you're gonna lose the way you want to lose, with no excuses. You can't nobody take that away from you. But that's what's gonna happen. Errol Spence, he's too big. He's too strong. He has too many advantages. He's too focused. He's a destroyer right now. His mind does not perceive lose. His mind cannot comprehend the loss. His body, his soul, is no way that you can make everything shut down in order for him to take a loss. Right now, he is a winner. He's a winner. That's what he is. His jab is going to keep Shawn Porter at a distance. If they get in close, his body work is going to make Shawn Porter want to back up. Shawn Porter can't fight going back. So then he's going to get pressed. Errol Spence is going to press and press and press. And once he presses him, he's going to be doing body shot blows, bringing down the guard. Then it's going to go from body to the top, body to the top. He's going to be breaking them down, breaking them down. Shawn Porter, as tough as he is, he's going to try to rally back up. He's going to say, okay, I can't get in the inside and bang with this kid. Let me see if I can switch up to my Muhammad Ali style, like I did with you guys. Now he's going to start to try to skip around the ring and dance and use his footwork. Errol Spence is going to cut him off. And when Errol Spence cuts him off, he gonna touch him one time. He gonna touch him one time, change Shawn Porter's entire game plan, because he's gonna realize that he can't win fighting on the outside. Come back in, you realize you can't win on the inside, trying to get in close. Then maybe he might get a time where he gets Errol Spence against the ropes, and he'll see how strong Errol Spence is to just push him off the ropes. So you're not going to be able to pin him down and bang to his body and wear him down, because he's going to be too fast and he's going to be too strong. So he's just going to push you out the way. he's going to put damage on your body. Shawn Porter, you've been through wars, but I don't think you have been through a war at this level. With you getting older, you leave a little bit of yourself in great fights like with Keith Thurman. A little bit of you left from that point. You'll never see that You'll never see that Shawn Porter again that I saw against Keith Thurman. You have to push yourself so hard to make it through that fight. So you can't run. You don't have the ability. You come up short just a little bit. You can't run and expect to win like a Floyd Mayweather that could run and jab and play defense. You can't bring in the inside game and work him and put him on the ropes and maul him. He's too strong. He can just push you off. What I'm saying is, you're a great fighter. But during the interview, you didn't say you was going to do any of these things to this man. I'm speculating based off of past fights I saw you do. But for the most part, you training hard, and you always train hard. Top-notch conditioning. But from what I gather, what you told him is, I'm not Mikey Garcia, and this is not going to be easy. And you're not going to whitewash me. It's not going to be a wash. So you better train hard, because I know I'm going to train hard. That sounds like, to me, that sounds like an acceptance of defeat, but I'm going out like a warrior. That sounds like a man that knows that he can't win, that he doesn't even want to win, but he's a soldier, and I'm going to fight with you until you take me out of my misery. He already has an exit strategy set up. So that's how I look at it. Errol Spence haters, I get it. I get it. He's just not your cup of tea. Hey man, maybe I'm not your cup of tea, but I give credit where credit is due, and I call a spade a spade. Errol Spence is human. He ain't perfect, just like none of us are. He makes mistakes. He gets caught. He can fight a little sloppy sometimes, put himself at risk. Might be a time where he might come in there rush, because he's definitely going for a knockout. He might come in there for a rush and get caught, because Shawn Porter got power. He just kind of got pushing power, but he got power. He can push him. I'm sure them first four or five rounds is going to be explosive and entertaining. But once that dust settles down, if Errol Spence is Errol Spence that I know from watching him fight guys like Kell Brooks, or even the Mikey Garcias, or all the fights I done watched him fight, he has levels. He has levels. Shawn Porter has levels. I say Shawn Porter has, maybe 3 levels that he goes into. You know what I'm saying? And once you see him switch into that level, you can see when he gets to that last gear where this is going to be the top. And this is it. Past this point, he don't have any other way to go. Can't go any higher. Once he runs out of his arsenal, now he's shooting blanks. I haven't seen him get to that point. I haven't seen Errol Spence run out of the way he thinks, and when he's fighting, the way he's able to switch up levels. I still don't think you've seen anybody be able to bring out the best in him. The closest fighter that was bringing out the best in him was a Kell Brook type of a fight. So if Shawn Porter is ready to go down that road, which I know he's not, it doesn't look that way. He's ready for war, but he's not ready to die in that war. You know what I'm saying? He wants to survive the war. So, with all that being said, with all that being said, when I heard Errol Spence and Shawn Porter talking, and his response to that was, "It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy." When I hear that, if I was to get into a fight with some kid, and some kid came up to me and he said, "Oh, it's not gonna be easy," then I'm thinking, okay, it might not be easy, but it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, Shawn Porter, it might not be easy. Errol Spence, it might not be a wash. You definitely gonna have to be prepared, because Shawn Porter is definitely prepared. So Shawn Porter, Errol Spence just has to get on his game. He has to get on his game hard body. His training got to be on point. You know, he looked good to me, as far as he didn't look like he was just 180 pounds. He didn't look like he had to round it up again. He looked like he was probably about $170, which still you got to cut down to 140, 145, which he can do it. But if there's no rehydration clause in that contract, then he'll be able to rehydrate up, and he'd come in that ring probably running about $165, maybe damn it 170. Once you see that, once you see him coming to the ring full, still vascular, and he's in the face is stoic, and he's ready to go. He's intense and he's focused. He doesn't look worried or, you know, off his square in any kind of a way. Then, right then and there, you should already know it's over for Shawn Porter. Excuse my back, people. I'm out. Nocturnal Thoughts.